Hello and welcome back to Travel to Greece. In our last episode of the Ionian series, we discussed the beautiful island of Ithaki. Today we move on to Greece's most incredible island, Lefkada. Nestled in the heart of the Ionian Sea, Lefkada resides as Greece's most prized possession, its true golden jewel. Lefkada in Greek means the white one, and this isn't surprising given its numerous white cliffs that rise from turquoise seas to meet emerald forests. The island does have some interesting history, but we'll delve into that later on. Once a part of the mainland, it was separated in the 7th century BCE by the Corinthians to allow for easier passage by boat. The island today is connected to the mainland by a floating bridge. Lefkada is immensely fertile, with many of the locals being farmers. The population of Lefkada is around 21,900, and the area is 303 square kilometers or 117 square miles. From its tall mountains to its cliffs to its flat plains and lagoons, Lefkada has much to offer. Here are the top 8 things to see and do. Number 8. Vasiliki. Vasiliki on the southern edge of Lefkada is a place where the island's natural beauty and its lively spirit meet. The bay itself is wide and sheltered, creating calm waters in the morning that are perfect for swimming or paddleboarding, while in the afternoon steady winds sweep across, turning it into one of Europe's most famous windsurfing destinations. The village has a relaxed yet bustling feel, with long waterfront lined by tavernas, cafes, small shops, and other things where visitors can enjoy fresh seafood or a quiet coffee while watching the boats in the harbor. Beyond the beach, narrow streets lead into a backdrop of green hills and olive groves, offering a glimpse of the traditional island life. Vasiliki is also a gateway to adventure. Ferries and small boats leave from its harbor to nearby beaches and islands, while hiking paths climb into the mountains above, revealing panoramic views of the Ionian Sea. What makes Vasiliki special is the balance. It is both a hub of activity for surfers and sailors, but peaceful base for those who want to explore Lefkada's quiet corners. In just a minute there, you'll sense its dual character, energetic, tranquil, modern, and traditional, a place that draws people back year after year. Number 7. Karya. Karya is a traditional mountain village in the heart of Lefkada that feels like stepping back into a slower, more authentic rhythm of island life. Surrounded by cypress and plane trees, it sits at about 500 meters above sea level, offering cooler air and sweeping views across the valley below. The village square is shaded and lively, with tavernas serving local dishes and cafes where residents gather, while narrow stone-paved lanes wind past old houses and small workshops. Karya is especially known for its handmade embroidery and weaving, a craft passed down through generations that gives the village a reputation as Lefkada's cultural soul. In summer, festivals bring music, dance, and traditional costumes, filling the square with color and energy. Yet even outside these celebrations, Karya remains a place of quiet charm where visitors can experience both the artistry and hospitality that define Lefkada's inland communities. Number 6. Cape Lefkatas. Cape Lefkatas, also known as Cape Ducato, is the dramatic southern tip of Lefkada, where sheer white cliffs plunge straight into the deep blue Ionian Sea. Steeped in myth, it was once believed to be the site where the poet Sappho leapt to her death, giving the headland a reputation as a place of both beauty and tragedy. Standing there today, you're struck by the raw power of the landscape. Winds whip across the promontory, waves crash against the rocks far below, and the horizon seems endless. Atop the cliff sits the lighthouse of Lefkatas, guiding ships through these waters and adding a timeless human presence to the wild scenery. Where stands the lighthouse today used to be a temple to Apollo. The monks who lived there leapt off the cliffs as a daily practice, believe it or not. The cape is not just a viewpoint, but a symbol of Lefkada itself, where history, legend, and nature converge in a single breathtaking panorama. It's a place that leaves visitors with a sense of awe, as if they've reached the end of both the island and the ancient stories that surround it. Number 5. Agia Mavra. Agia Mavra is one of Lefkada's most striking landmarks, a medieval fortress that guards the narrow channel linking the island to the mainland. Built originally in the 14th century by the Frankish ruler John Orsini, it was named after Saint Mavra, whose small chapel still stands within its walls. Over the centuries, the castle passed through Venetian, Ottoman, and later Greek hands, each leaving traces in its architecture and defenses. Today, its stone ramparts rise above the water, offering a reminder of Lefkada's strategic importance in controlling access to the Ionian Sea. Walking through the ruins, you'll sense both the weight of history and the resilience of the island, as the fortress has withstood sieges, earthquakes, and time itself. Agia Mavra is more than just a ruin. It's a gateway, a symbol of protection, and a living connection to the layered past of Lefkada. Number 4. Milos Beach. Milos Beach on the northwest coast of Lefkada, near the village of Lefkatas, is one of the island's most breathtaking stretches of sand. Hidden behind steep cliffs, it feels remote and untouched, accessible either by a short boat ride or a hike along a rugged path from the village. When you arrive, the view is striking. A wide expanse of golden sand framed by dramatic cliffs with turquoise waters that shift in color as the sun moves across the sky. Because of its exposure to the open Ionian Sea, waves can be strong, giving the beach a wild, untamed character compared to the calmer bays elsewhere of Lefkada. There are no facilities here, which adds to its sense of purity and isolation, making it a favorite for those seeking quiet natural beauty. Spending time at Milos Beach feels like stepping into a postcard scene, where the raw power of nature and the serenity of solitude combine in a truly memorable way. Number 3. Lefkada Town. Lefkada Town, the island's capital, is a place where history and everyday life blend seamlessly along the edge of its sheltered lagoon. Entering across the floating bridge, you're greeted by a maze of narrow streets lined with colorful houses, built in a distinctive style. Metal-clad facades designed to withstand earthquakes, yet painted in warm tones that give the town a cheerful character. The waterfront is lively, with cafes, tavernas, and small shops facing the marina, where fishing boats and yachts sit side by side. Walking deeper into the town, you find quiet squares, old churches, and traces of Venetian influence in the architecture, reminder of Lefkada's layered past. At night, the atmosphere shifts to a gentle buzz, where locals and visitors strolling the promenade or enjoying music in open-air bars. Lefkada Town is both the island's cultural hub and its welcoming getaway, offering a balance of traditional charm, modern energy that makes it the heartbeat of the island. Number 2. Egremni. Egremni Beach on the southwest coast of Lefkada is one of the island's most iconic and awe-inspiring places. Reached by a long descent of steps carved into the cliffs, it feels like a hidden world opening up suddenly to a vast stretch of white sand and pebbles framed by towering limestone walls. The sea here is famous for its intense shades of turquoise and deep blue, shifting with the light and creating a dazzling contrast against the pale cliffs. Because of its size, the beach never feels crowded, even in summer, and the raw natural setting gives it a sense of grandeur and isolation. Waves roll in from the open Ionian, adding energy to the scene, while the cliffs behind rise steeply, reminding visitors of the island's dramatic geology. Standing at Egremni, you feel both small and exhilarated, as if nature has staged a perfect amphitheater of sea, sky, and stone. And finally, number 1, Porto Katsiki. Porto Katsiki, on the southwest coast of Lefkada, is one of Greece's most celebrated beaches and the one that defines Lefkada, famous for its dramatic setting beneath towering white cliffs that drop straight into the turquoise sea. The name in Greek means goat's port, a nod to the steep terrain that once made it accessible only to goats, and even today, visitors reach it by descending a series of steps carved into the rock. When you arrive, the view is unforgettable, a narrow strip of golden sand framed by sheer limestone walls and endless blue of the Ionian stretching out before you. The water here is crystal clear, shifting in color from pale aquamarine near the shore to deep sapphire further out, and the contrast with the cliffs creates a striking natural spectacle. Despite its fame, Porto Katsiki retains a sense of raw beauty, with little development beyond the basics, making it feel both iconic and unspoiled. Standing on its sand, you sense why it's often ranked among the most beautiful beaches in the world. Thank you for watching Travel to Greece's video on the top 8 things to see and do on Lefkada. I really hoped you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next island in the series.